Munem, Idi Banye, Normo, Afambo, Adidas Obanoya Biola, and to our northern brothers and sisters that are here, I say Jamaha Sanuko Dazoa, Sunana Adidas Obanoya Biola is my name. And I say to all our Yoruba brothers that are here, Muki Bubo Awomo Otua, Towa Nikale, Urukomini Abiola Obanoya Adidas. And the interesting thing for today is that when I was contacted in respect of this event, and I asked the organizer, is my chairman there, and what are the parameters you use to identify the best 24 chairmen in Nigeria? And he said, just a moment, and he ran through the list of the winners of this award. And he got back in about 2 minutes to say, Mr. Obanoye, your chairman is there. And I said, what is the name of my chairman? And he said the name of your chairman is Chief Samuel Adegbegi, chairman of our local government. So I said, your research and report is correct. So I am sentimental and I thank you for coming. So Mr. Chairman and distinguished first ladies of local government, I want to thank all of you for accompanying your spouses to this great event. And I'd like to begin to recognize all our chairmen, their wives, and all their well-wishers that accompany them to this event. I sat in no specific order, but just the way accreditations were made. May I only recognize the executive chairman of Mahia local government in Adamawa State, Honorable Abubakar Mustafa, is heavily represented by a very powerful delegation of serious interests, represented by Honorable Maro Abdullah. Mr. Vice Chairman, we thank you for coming. And each time I see chairmen who delegate their responsibilities for their vice chairman, it's a very component of leadership demand that Nigeria will simulate. So I want to commend the vice chairman for standing fit for the chairman. Now remember that this is the one local government chairman does this, I don't want to mention name. And the chairman reported to the king of the village. He said he slapped me once, I was dead. He slapped me twice, I was dead. And he slapped me 3 times, so I gave you double and triple slap. So I just imagine, I said these people, now chairman local government, we are not going to mention the council so that you don't put me in touch state. So I welcome Mr. Vice Chairman for representing your voice. May I also recognize and welcome Honorable Ambassador Willie T.C. Okoliego, Omoke Hadi Udina. I hope I get that correctly. He's the Executive Chairman of Borno West in Imo State. Mr. Chairman, we thank you for coming. May I also very quickly recognize and welcome Honorable Uchenna Nanju for Ibia. He's ably represented by Bumba. Mr. Bumba, we thank you for coming. And Honorable Njoko is the Executive Chairman of Abio Local Government from Ebonyi State. May I very quickly recognize and welcome Honorable Chief Obonaya Haja, the Executive Chairman of Evo Local Government in Ebonyi State. Mr. Chairman, we thank you for coming. Mr. Chairman, are you here, please? Okay, thank you very much. May I also recognize and welcome Honorable Prince Wenakam Wesley, FWA, the Executive Chairman of DEMSA Local Government Adamawa. Mr. Chairman, we thank you for coming. Okay, thank you. Mr. Chairman, would like to say you are pride of the nation. Nigerian president by now to be engaging directly with the chairman. And I like the president of Nigeria. He said very soon, demand accountability from your governors and the chairman. And that must be the position. You are the height of the people. You are the voice of the ordinary Nigerian citizens who live and struggle in our local government system in Nigeria. Who will demand accountability from all of you, and who will celebrate all of you that are doing well, that is making Nigeria proud. So each time that we announce you for recognition, please, we need you to rise giantly as a warlord that is leading serious way against poverty and depression of your people. And rise to this belief. You are the faces of the new Nigeria. You are the faces of this new hope that we all demand. We want to thank you. May I proceed, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome Honorable Dimo Taurid Adediba, the Executive Chairman of Akinyele Local Government. Mr. Sian. I was in Ibadan, in Oyo State briefly, and I just drove out from my house to get something. And somebody said, Money Baba, I fell around for me. I want to go get something very quickly now. He said, man-in-law. Okay, I said, thank you, sir. You know, Ibadan people, they know they cost you, but they will put cost into a question perspective. So now you could say no or yes, like they will say, so Siri. So it will be for you to say no, me Siri. But when they said man-in-law, you know, I was just strolling, and before I knew, I discovered that I was in Akpata, and when the person I was staying with called me, I was already in Ring Road. And Akpata to Ring Road is about 8 or 12 kilometers. And he said, what did you go to do in Ring Road? I said, I met one man, I greeted him. And he said, man-in-law. And I said, thank you. Oh, he said, next time you have just said, me-in-law. So that you just get out and get into quickly. Mr. Chairman, I thank you for doing your wonder in the whole country of Engineer Seyi Makinde. He's a pride of the West, and he's a governor that we respect. He has indeed revolutionized the entire state, and we believe that he will do more, because soon we demand accountability from you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, I proceed and I recognize and welcome Honorable Abibu Abdul Kadri, PhD. He is the Executive Chairman of Musawa Local Government in Katsina State. He is simply represented by valued estimator and valued valuer Abubakar Hazu. Mr. Chairman, may I also recognize Honorable Thomas Olajare Olatudu JP. He is the Chairman of Local Government of Kwara State. Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. I remember between Ofa and Ajashe, I've had some excellent exploits. So it is now that I'm able to reconnect that you are part of the brain behind those developments. Thank you for sticking to the development of ABUJA. Thank you very much. May I also proceed to recognizing Honorable Yusuf Muhammad Sani, PhD, the Executive Chairman of Mani Local Government Katsina. It's represented by Honorable Belawa. Thank you for coming. I know at the end of my introduction of our Executive Chairman, I am beginning to understand why most states' local government are fewer than the other. And I am likely going to link that with the relentless efforts of the immediate past governor of that state. And I begin to see that Nigeria is wearing a new costume. May I recognize and welcome Honorable Elder Shuku Akara Wow, is the Executive Chairman of Oyibo Local Government of River State. Mr. Chairman is represented by Honorable Ikiakume Stefiri, the legal advisor. Mr. Legal Advisor, my Lord Spiritual Temporal, thank you for that. May I recognize Honorable Confidence Inyiman Deko, DSSR, is the Executive Chairman of Bukana Local Government River State. Mr. Chair, thank you for coming. May I also recognize and welcome Alhaji Sulaiman Ahmed Kankuba, NIOB. Mr. Chairman, thank you for coming. The Executive Chairman of Tongo Local Government in Adamawa State. May I recognize and welcome the immediate past Executive Chairman of Kabao Local Government area of Kaduna State, Honorable Bashir Sulaiman Zuntu, who is currently the State Accountant General, and he is powerfully represented by Mr. Musa Sali, the acting chairman of the local government. Mr. Sali, we thank you for coming. May I humbly welcome with due respect, I've been made to realize that the Accountant General of the Kaduna State, who doubled as the past chairman of the Kabao Local Government, is there. Mr. Accountant General, sir, can you rise for recognition? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And may I also recognize the successor the acting chairman, and Mr. Musa Saleh. Mr. Chairman, we thank you for coming. Thank you very much. So it's about 6 minutes for that. Now, I know the moment the local government administration realizes its true base, maybe most of our chairman truly, when they have worked well for the people, and they are likely going to get that elevation to manage some strategic and important agency of government, including the state assemblies and the National Assembly. We have to begin to build a successive leadership. When they have done well at the local council, they will likely do well at the mega space within the states or the nation. I want to thank all of you for being part of this movement. May I also proceed to recognizing Honorable Bulus Daniel, is the Executive Chairman of the Winer-Logexa Adamawa. Mr. Chairman, thank you for coming. You see, I was to serve in 2012, and I was posted to somewhere in Adamawa in Yola. And as a thoroughbred Westerner in Nigeria, so I speak less of Hausa. So it was in Yola in 2012 that I decided to begin to learn Hausa, because first I loved their way of life. And maybe it was easier for me because as a Muslim, I enjoyed it. But the scenario, Mr. Chairman, in the Yola North, I remember that I decided somewhere. So each time I had to move from that location to another place. So I asked the Okada guy, what do I call Okada? You know, in the West it is Okada, most part of the South. But over there, I don't remember, they told me it's Achabi. So when I just heard Achabi, I thought I had the length. And this fateful morning, when I was sleeping, somebody woke me and just said Achabi. They said, no, calm down. So the following morning, I was to go get one Achabi. So when I got there, I was just Abasha. You know, for about 30 minutes, no guy was answering. I was wrong with these people. Hey, Abasha, now you're on the top. And at the end, somebody just said, okay, what do you call? I said, nobody is Okada people, they don't answer me. He said, what do you call her? I said, Abasha now. I said, bros, you go hard before you know Google. He said, are you TikToker? He said, who teach you say Abasha? I said, I just something that I said, Achabi. Oh, okay. So when I got to the camp that day, and I didn't want to forget, because if I forget, I was going to suffer going back home. So we're to introduce ourselves in one of the camp's events. So I introduced myself as Adidas Obana Yadiola Shadi. And a lot of people laughed, but I didn't laugh, I know the implication. So between the camp and going out, people were already calling me Ashadi. So it was just a way of reminding me that it's Ashadi, I didn't want to mention that version. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. May I also finally and most respectfully recognize the chairman from our local government. He's a man just like many of you that I've introduced, that took serious concerns about the issues of the grassroots. Perhaps the first time in local government administration in Nigeria, of course, this is debatable, that the chairman will integrate the local government system to the need of the people, whereas he invites the critical stakeholders within the community to chair and discuss the issues that has to do with the local government system. He's a father that has so much respect. He's a mentor in politics. He's a community leader. He's a renowned public servant who retired, still not tired, and actively engaging in developing mankind. About 3 days ago, we advanced the proposal to him that there is need for us to provide soft skills for our young people in the area of personal budget management, income and expense development, income statement, and business management skills model. Just on the road, the chairman expressly approved of that conversation. And 2 days after, I said, Mr. Chairman, you didn't even listen to me to give you the end product of what we're doing. He said, no, Abiola, anything that has to do with the youth demography that constitutes about 70% of our communities at the local level, I will give it an express approval as long as some of these proposals are coming from all of your intellectual clubs. And I believe that that is the same trait and values that all of you has to your local government. So I was not surprised when he was nominated as one of the best 24 Nigerians producing. Ladies and gentlemen, the chairman of our local government, Chief Samuel Adegbegi. That is my chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. God bless you. And we are proud of all of you that have made it thus far. Ladies and gentlemen, while we move forward very quickly, I have the special regard to invite to the microphone the man who is to present an address of welcome on behalf of who is the project coordinator for this initiative. Okay, it is our tradition from this place that the project coordinator will make a similar self-introduction to all of you, through which you'll become much more familiar and as to why these honors are being granted. Ladies and gentlemen, can we put our hands together for the project coordinator?
Thank you, Mr. MC. Distinguished Nigerians, as I've been told, we are awaiting the arrival of our distinguished Senator Chief Architect Lola Ashiru, the Deputy Chief Whip of the Senate. We are awaiting his arrival. But before his arrival, I welcome you all to this epoch occasion of the conferment ceremony of the Nigeria Local Government Excellence Award. Mr. Chairman, members of the press, our able police band, ladies and gentlemen, I am Idesomi Olayoriju, the executive editor of the Medals magazine and the project coordinator of the Nigeria Local Government Excellence Award. I feel highly before I move on, may I recognize Honorable Sonny Tataobuzogwu, the Executive Chairman, Ika South Local Government Area of Delta State, and the wife. You are welcome, sir. I also have a friend of the house who is very, very important, and he is from the headquarters of the Association of Local Government of Nigeria. He is an assistant director in Akron. He is a chief Venatus Okafor, the Ikemba of Olo. You are welcome, sir. I feel highly honored to welcome you all to the 2023 edition of the Conferment of the Nigerian Local Government Excellence Award on selected performing local government chairmen across the country, and the presentation and launching of the Medals magazine, a special publication on the awardees. The Nigerian Local Government Excellence Award was instituted to promote and celebrate good governance at the grassroots level. The local government, which is supposed to be the third tier of government in Nigeria, is indeed confronted by diverse challenges, ranging from undue political interference, mostly from the state government, acute shortage of funds, corruption, and many more. In spite of all these challenges, some local government chairmen still navigate their ways to provide visionary and purposeful leadership to the people. Hence, this award is to separate the wheat from the chaff, establish the culture of accountability as a symbol of responsible governance, and encourage recipients to do more and challenge the indolent ones to be alive to their responsibilities. distinguished. The selection process of the awardees of today was thorough and rigorous. There were publications in national dailies calling for nominations for this award, which was followed by voting preferred choice by members of the public. The response was encouraging as astounding number of votes were received and collated, and these honorable men seated here today emerged as the most preferred choice of Nigerians. It is therefore suffices to say that these men are exceptional in their performance as local government chairmen and therefore deserve this award. It is noteworthy that while some local government chairmen are battling with the means to survive, most especially at this difficult time, these elected ones have judiciously expended the little resources at their disposal to the growth of their respective local government councils. Mr. Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, here we have listened to our guest lecturer, Professor James Ojobo, who took us through the workshop titled Repositioning Local Government for Accelerated Grassroots Development. The workshop was designed to usher in innovations and ideas towards identifying actions for accelerated grassroots development. We see this as a leading contribution to the growth and development of the grassroots. And I just want to tell you that the full text will be sent to all the chairmen here, will be sent to their WhatsApp and email. And also, if you want to get the full text, you can visit www.leadersmagazine.com. You can download there. Mr. Chairman, for local government to function effectively as a tier of government in Nigeria and contribute meaningfully to national growth, there is an urgent need to strengthen it through substantial autonomy. Local government for a long time has been groaning under the clog of the state government. In reality, there is little and in some cases no evidence of the impact of the local government system at the grassroots. The Section 7.1 of the 1999 Constitution, which invested the legal framework of the local government on the state houses of assembly, has made this tier vulnerable to undue manipulations by the state governments. Successive attempts to reform the local government have not yielded any significant results. Whereas local government is fundamental to the democratization process, as it remains the most potent instrument to mobilize people for local participation and spread democratic values. There are bound benefits of granting substantial autonomy to the local government, as averred by commentators and writers in favor of autonomy. It will strengthen democratic decentralization of power and boost power in the hand of the citizens at the grassroots. It helps in educating the people in the rural areas to acquire knowledge of political system. Also, it gives greater capacity to engage in and execute projects that are dear to the heart of the people, among others. In view of all this, it is therefore imperative, if truly the present administration, under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, wanted to succeed in lifting people out of poverty and alleviate the suffering of the masses, worsening by the removal of fuel subsidy, must work with the National Assembly and other stakeholders by initiating a constitutional reform towards ensuring a free, independent, functional, and substantially autonomous local government that can provide access to basic needs of the masses. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to commemorate this award, the special edition of the Medals magazine has been packaged to permanently record, showcase the lives and exceptional achievements of the distinguished awardees. It will be presented here publicly and launched. We therefore solicit for support through generous and redeemable donations from all towards the continuity of this laudable idea. In conclusion, I want to congratulate the awardees of today and implore them not to rest on their hours, but view the honor as an incentive for greater performance in their capacity as local government chairmen. The award must be seen as a challenge to improve on your performance and serve as a source of inspiration to others. Once again, I welcome you all to this momentous occasion. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a round of applause for Mr. Olayoriju for rendering the address of welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you. Very distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the climax of the event and the first phase, and I have told us earlier that what we are basically doing at Meda's magazine is to commence a lifetime profiling of the chairmen that are doing wonders. And we have just painstakingly, through extensive research and development initiatives, to arrive at the 24 chairmen we have in Nigeria today. And if we are compelled by any agency of government, either local or international, we beat our chest to say that these are the very best 24 we have identified by all developmental parameters across the world. So ladies and gentlemen, what we'll be doing in this moment is to first look at the framework upon which we will begin to evangelize all of you, and we must sustain the trajectory of doing these great jobs of profiling all your achievements. And by the grace of God, after this event, we will also dispatch all our correspondences in your various local governments to still aggregate or collate all your wonderful achievements, even without you knowing about it. So you will be amazed in another 2 years, when you look back, you will be able to say, Alhamdulillah, that I thank God for being a chairman of my country that have truly impacted on mankind. So it is in this regard, ladies and gentlemen, that we will be proceeding straight to the launching of the Meda's magazine. And this is important just to keep the records that you are not keeping, because you are the one doing the jobs. We are the one observing you. So we will identify the good works that you have done. We will also state where you have challenges. We will also advance positions that necessitated those challenges, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. And in proceeding with our launching purposes, and before I do it, I took recognitions of all the chairmen, and it was a clear act of omission. You know, some of these philosophers will say the more you look, the less you see. So the thing actually applied to me, because the more I looked, the less I saw what I needed to read. But sometimes, when those general or conspicuous or acceptable errors are made, they could be justified. And during the award presentation, I will justify the omission that I made. But as it is, let me most humbly recognize and welcome a man of God, a chairman, an evangelist, Sonny Tataobuzogwu, the chairman of ICASA, local government of Delta State. Mr. Chairman, I thank you for coming. Thank you. Only recently I took a decision to be married, and I think I chose your local government. And it is good that the chairman is here. And you will be the chairman of the wedding ceremony, sir. So please take this as a formal invitation and notification. And the good news is that I've not even found a bride. So that is the confusing aspect of the scenario. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You found one.
Okay, very distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I also have one of my brother. Each time I run into trouble, when I try to do procurement in Lagos, there is only one local government that I usually run to. And it is one of the very big local governments in Nigeria, the chairman of Ikorodu local government in Lagos State, Honorable Wasiu Ayodeji Adeshina. Mr. Chairman, thank you for coming. Let me also use this medium to tell Mr. Chairman that I'm a Lagosian. I have dual citizenship of Lagos and that of Owo, so don't bother to ask me how. And I live in Banana Republic. You know, an island is a piece of land surrounded by water. And if you live in a Banana Republic, you basically live in a land surrounded by banana. So don't think it's the Lagos Banana Island that I refer to. But my house is surrounded with plenty of banana. But I love Ikorodu. Ikorodu has demonstrated another thesis to justify that the waterlogged areas of the country can not necessarily be tarred by the usual quota we expend in constructions. And I've driven along a road in Ikorodu spanning about 12 kilometers that is generally built with log by concrete bricks, the interlocking bricks. And when you see the contextual nature of Ikorodu, is a community that practically sits on water. And I imagine at that time I couldn't have the chance to have met you, but I'm happy that you made the list of the best 24 in Nigeria. Mr. Chairman, you are doing well. They call me Bajel. But there's one thing again, Mr. Chairman. All those boys on the road, they had. One day they catch my vehicle, forget to. I want to show you, you waiting for sign my mama with this matter. I became friend blood. I became share now. It's not good to wear suits anywhere in the corridor, but generally the good people of the corridor are doing wonder. And they hosted me to a standard I actually never want to leave Ikorodu. In fact, I left my car, I took public bus from Ikorodu to Ijebu because I enjoy the spanning development that is with Mr. Chairman. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, recognition of our guests will be a continuous thing, and as soon as we have them, I'll begin to roll out and recognize and welcome them to this event. But as it is, we proceed very quickly to the launching of the medal magazine. And I'd like to basically request that for those chairmen that have actually made it, and of course our esteemed guest friends and families that accompany them, will have to help us to keep these records. We want to visit you the more after this event. We want to document and profile your achievements. We want to recommend you to the world that if the opportunities, you deserve to lead your states, you deserve to lead your state's constituencies, the federal constituencies. Many of you deserve to become ministers. In fact, if the president had not nominated these ministers, we would have recommended the 24 of you as potential ministers of the Federal Republic, because you have demonstrated competence and capacity that you can work with the people and deliver the dividends of democracy today. I congratulate all of you once again. So while proceeding with the launching, ladies and gentlemen, may I begin from the chairman of Ika South, my future in-law. Please step forward and to launch the medal magazine that will house a compendium of the good work the 24 of you are doing. Ladies and gentlemen, can we put our hands together for Mr. Chairman? Honorable Evangelist Sonny Tataobuzogwu, Mr. Chairman, and my in-law, thank you for coming.
They say you reserve the best for the last. All of you know the situation of the country. The oil subsidy has been removed, and this one have eaten into the pockets of the local government. And I know the local government must surely survive, because these are chairmen that knows how to manage resources. I know what time my local government is what happening in their own places. And I want to say congratulations to all of us for being here. On that note, I want to start the launching with the sum of 500,000.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. and we are pleased to receive that good news. And I want to honestly appeal to the rest of our very distinguished launchers as to take the lead from where the chairman of the South and Delta have spoken. But let me also remind us that the park allocation of 1.9 trillion naira was cleared about 2 months ago last month. And all of us agree that we should keep about 900 billion for infrastructural development. And the 1 trillion, 70% should go to the local government chairman. So I am aware that for this month, the allocation is still very busy. And I have very official information that we will be sharing about 2 trillion naira this month. So, Mr. Shah, just like the street where we say, forget my subsidy. The impact of the subsidy is that you was pushing it, and the chairman has begun to pushing the effect with a chunk of 500K. Mr. Chairman, I want to thank you. And I know the ranking of the states in Nigeria, there is no poor state in Nigeria, because we have competent managers that are doing wonders. So we expect more. And at the end, I'm going to invite my in-law, Mr. Chairman, to come in, and Mr. Chairman, you understand exactly what I'm saying. Because I'm concerned if you don't do it well, it go hard. So proceed with the wedding plans, because I budgeted my remuneration on this job. It will form part of funding for the wedding. My in-law, so I'm coming back, Mr. Chairman. Let me proceed to inviting Honorable Bashir Sulaiman Zutu, the very distinguished immediate past chairman of Kabua LGA and the Honorable Accountant General of the Federation. Sorry, Honorable Accountant General of Kaduna State. But that is my prayer for you, and inshallah we will get there. Mr. Chairman, you use the microphone. Okay, let me invite the acting chairman of the council to join Mr. Chairman. And Mr. Chairman, you are allowed to actually invite the rest of your well-wishers who may want to join on an individual basis. You have the floor and the mic. Alhaji Daf, you are summoned. So you should bring the check. I have the pen already. Oh, okay, it's the one to, oh, thank you very much. I can take the mic to him. No, I can take the mic. You may not want to make donation. I don't like to stress them. Thank you very much. Please, the donation, keep it off camera. I'm taking notes for record purposes, so we don't need them on the television. Alhaji, Assalamu alaikum. And good, welcome, sir. Thanks, sir. May use the microphone. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Before I hand over the mic to you,